Everything happened for a reason that day. I think my mother brought her to me knowing that I needed saving in a way, and this little cat needed saving. So my mom kept me going. So I just could not give up on this little innocent cat that just needed somebody to save her. But in turn, she saved me. I had just lost my mom. I took up running as a way to cope with my loss. I was out running path through a cornfield near my home, and that's where I found her. She came wandering right out of the corn stalks, right out in front of me. I noticed that Snickers was very tiny. I noticed that she looked very sick. Her eyes were very goopy. She was trying to meow, but there was no sound that would come out. I noticed that her hair was very matted. She was very thin. She kept shaking her head. I could tell she must have had ear mites, lots of fleas, very sickly looking. I, of course, would not leave her there. I carried her the 2 miles back to my home. When I first brought her home, I gave her a bath. I did put up some flyers in my neighborhood to see if anybody would claim her. But after a week or so, nobody claimed her. But I did make a vet appointment and took her to the vet the next day to get her checked out. So when I took her to the vet, they have thought that she had an upper respiratory infection. So they started her on a variety of antibiotics. After a few weeks, she was not getting any better. At that point, I was given a choice. I could decide to put her down or spend the money to get her further examined by a specialist. So I made the choice for them to send me to an internal medicine specialist, which was 2 hours from my home. So when I got her to the specialist, they, of course, immediately did further testing on her. And it was finally found that she had 2 very large polyps that were growing inside her inner ears and behind her eyes. And for such a small cat, these polyps were almost the size of her head. They were that large. In order to save her life, she was going to require 2 major surgeries. I decided to move forward with the 2 surgeries. During the surgery, the polyp had dropped down into her throat. They were able to remove the polyp, but when she woke up blind. I was told that over time she could regain her eyesight. It was just really 50-50 if that would happen. Sure enough, about 8 weeks later, she had regained her eyesight. Now she's a 4-year-old, beautiful, healthy little girl. I didn't notice the smiling right away because she was so sickly in the beginning. Really, when she grew into starting to get a little bit older and a little bit larger, that's when I really started to notice that she had this innate smile already given to her. And it's so pronounced as well. And that's when she was given the name Snickers the Smiling Cat. Snickers has just made my life whole again. She's just given me that reason to live. One of the kindest, sweetest souls I've ever been around. She has these eyes that just seems like she can pierce right into your soul, and she exudes this confidence and this graciousness about her every day. I was very lost when I lost my mom, and Snickers is just giving me that purpose again. And I feel so lucky that I was the one that got to make her whole again as well. So we did that for each other.